Yo! Welcome to another top 10. Top 10 video, and this video, it's gonna be, as you can probably tell in the title below, it's gonna be top 10 harem protagonists. I've been watching a lot of harem series. Actually, I do love harem series, but some of them have really bland protagonists. This is by far the best or my favorite harem protagonist so far. Of course, like the other top 10, you guys. Uh, this top 10 is based on my opinion, and if you don't agree, please leave your own top 10 or but please leave your own top 10 in the comment section below. Let's get this discussion going. Please leave a like, subscribe for more anime otaku related content, and let's head on to number 10. And I've probably rewatched this series 3 times now. I do love his team up with his main love interest Luis. Number 10 is going to be Saito Hiroga. He's probably one of the most generic protagonists. I mean, he's an isekai protagonist. I actually originally debated on putting this guy on my top 10 isekai or top 10 harem protagonist, but overall, I think I would pass him for harem protagonist though, because I do love harem protagonists that actually shows the person they're going to be with instead of just being accidentally being part of a harem. So for me, even though I don't really agree with the fact that he ended up with Louise, although I'm contradicting myself there, because he's kind of, I feel like he's kind of sadistic with how she treats him at throughout the series. Very sadistic. So I can't, because there's a lot of best girls in that series that he could have ended up with, and he ended up with Louise. I guess that's kind of worth it because she is cute, but are you really gonna endure much hardship with Louise than be with like the maid girl? Like, she legitimately cares for Saito, and yet he chose Louise. Although it's still enough to I am a fan of the story, and I'm a big fan of the anime as well. So, and I'm glad that it ended now. For me, I will. It's enough to land her at the number 10 spot of my top 10. So number 10 is Saito Hiroga from Familiar of Zero, or I'm not gonna pronounce the Japanese name yet, but it's Familiar of Zero. Let's proceed into number 9. 9 is Basaratojo. Of course, I still think till this day Basaratojo is the dollar store knockoff of Issei Hyodo. Like, everything about him screams. Oh, there's a tape there. Screams rip off of Issei Hyodo. Like, he has the power up. The power up is red hair, which is basically Mio. Is basically also a rip off, a dollar store version of Risks. Why would you want a Mio if you can have Rias Grammary, right? Like, everything about Testament of the Sister is basically High School DxD ripoff, okay? Like, I've rewatched High School DxD countless of times. It's one of my favorite harem protagonists just because I do love Issei as a protagonist. Not much for Basar. Basar, I do like him, but he doesn't really remind me of a shonen protagonist that I love. It's more like he's forced to be on a harem. He doesn't want to be in a harem, but he's forced to be in it. Kind of like the next entry in number 8. He's also forced to be in the harem. So for me, I think number 10 and number 8 is definitely more of my favorite blend, kind of no personality kind of harem protagonist. So that's basically my 10 and 8. I just really love the concept of Basara's power ups, his abilities, a lot more. I feel like it's a lot more powerful than Issei's Juggernaut or boosted gear. So I definitely like that, and I also love I also love the female characters design. Although I don't love. No, I don't love how the villain villain sometimes objectifies the Mio Naruse, but for now the designs for Mio is definitely in there, despite the fact that it's a dollar story of Rias. I do love it. I love the design. It's pretty erotic. The concept is definitely erotic, and I really do love Basara's abilities more, though, more than Issei. I find interest more in that. Although I also love the boob emperor, the boob dragon emperor. But the difference is Issei has more personality than Basara, so for now, Basaratojo is going to be at number 9, and let's proceed into number 8. Number 8, not number 10. Number 8 is Shido Itsuka from Date Alive. Again, the reason why he's this low in the list is because, again, he's one of those harem protagonists that is, again, forced to be in a harem due to plot reasons. But yeah, I hesitate to put Shido up in that tier because my top 5 has more likable characters other than being a hero. So for me, Shido Itsuka is gonna sit here. And besides, the only reason I love Shido is I do find interest in her, in his ability to absorb the female characters, powers through dating and kissing them. He's basically the less perverse version of Basara, which Basara do it by a sexually harassing or sexually assaulting the females in his harem, but Shido just dates them, kiss them, and done. And it's more a rom-com kind of harem than an actual harem, which is I love about Data Live. There's also a lot of girls like Yoshino. Yoshino is one of my top 10 lollies. There's also Toka. A lot of cute girls in Data Live. Toka, Discormi, and plenty more. So for now, Shido Itsuka from Date Alive is number 8. Let's proceed to number 7. I haven't really watched Nejima in a while. I think the last time I watched it is like 2013. So I don't remember much about the series, but I do remember that the main heroine is named Asaka or Asuna Kagurazaka, and it's a very quirky tsundere. And then there's also the main protagonist. Is quite mature for his age and quite intelligent, an intelligent mage. I don't remember if I put him in my top 10 anime wizards, but I think he's in there somewhere in there. I'm not sure. I need to recheck that, but I do like that he befriended a lot. How he develops relationship throughout his students because his student is technically older than him, and he's younger. It's kind of a weird Shotakan teacher kind of harem series. So just for that, it's enough to land Nagi Springfield from Nejima in the 7th spot on my top 10 harem protagonists. So let's proceed into number 6. Number 6 is going to be part of the perverted trio, of course. So let's go for that. Number 6. Number 6 is one of the perverted trio alongside Issei is Arta Kasuga. I do love Arta Kasuga. It's definitely one of the harem protagonist that has personality in them, a pervert. He's definitely he's a demon lord, I think. It's been a while since as you can see, it's been a while since I've watched 387. So I think he was a demon lord. So he's a demon lord, a perverted demon lord who gathers up harem, accidentally gathers up a harem again. That's why he's definitely number 6. Many people would put Arta in their top 5, but for me it's number 6 because he doesn't really, he wants a harem, but he just accidentally have a harem. He actually doesn't, I think he doesn't mention of having a harem. I'm not certain yet, but for me, I do prefer Ise over him, so for now, I'm gonna slide Arta over at number 6. Let's proceed into number 5. Number 5 is a part of a reverse harem, although I don't really get why people call it a reverse harem. It's not like harem in general is gender exclusive, so I don't know why they call it reverse harem, but regardless, number 5 is a reverse harem. It's gonna be probably one of the strongest female harem lead in all of the harem genre anime. It's gonna be Yonah from Akatsuki no Yona. I really just dig how she is in the beginning. The story, he evolves throughout the series and become a strong character. I do love that kind of characterization. I also love her quirky personality, of course, his enjoyable personality. Yes, she has a kind of deeper relationship with a character named Hawk. I kind of shipped him with Hawk. Hawk, Hawk. I think that's like one of her knights from when she's a princess, a kingdom princess. So I love her personality. I do love her character arcs a lot, and I love how she developed into a stronger character that doesn't rely on others. So for me, number 5 would be Yonah. Just because I find her relationship with the other harem members, and the main male character of the series really interesting, and even the main antagonist of the series, I find quite an interesting relationship there. So for now, number 5 is Yonah from Akatsuki no Yona, or Yonah of the Dawn. Let's proceed into number 4. Number 4, and now we need to applause. Top 4, applause. Because this is gonna be my top 4 favorite harem protagonists of all time. Let's go. Number 4 is going to be Lelouch v Britannia, of course. I mean, it's not really. I think it's Code Geass considered a harem. I think it's not really considered, but I do think he does gather up some cute girls in his harem. Like Colin is obviously a given. There's Shirley. There's also the president, the perverted president, student council president. I think her name is Melly. There's also Shirley. I still cried when Shirley died. That's one of the most emotional scene of Code Geass season 2. And then there's also her little sister, of course. Do you consider Nonali part? I think Nonali is definitely part of his harem. There's also C2 best girl. I do have C2 figure. Hopefully you guys seen my C2 figure before I took it down, because that didn't have any sound in it. I didn't record the sound of that, but just in case you haven't seen it yet, the unboxing for that, I can grab it to you over here. See that? A sexy bunny girl. C2. The light is kind of. Let's turn down the light. Let's turn out. Oh no, not because the light's glaring the face. Right there. What a cute little. Oh shit! Oh my god. Oh my. Oh, what the heck? The hair fall off. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Why did the hair have to fall off? Oh, okay. I'll fix that later. But there's the beautiful city right here. Of course, the hair fall off, the stand fall off. I'll fix this one later, but it's very beautiful. It's fairly a beautiful. I love her. I think she's my wife in Code Geass. So let's give a round of applause for Code Geass, which is she lost her hair. Yay! So yeah. I've repaired my C2 figure. Here it is in all its majesty. Of course, boof. But I digress on my beautiful C2 figure. My number three. My number one is actually supposed to be flip, but I ultimately decided to flip it because I love my number three more. So I put it on my number one spot, and my number three is actually now downgraded. Yeah, it's downgraded, but I still love her though. She is a reverse harem too. Reverse harem protagonist. I haven't really caught up to all of Fruit Basket yet, but from the very few episodes that I actually watched it, I can honestly say that she's a waifu worth protecting. Not protect, but protecting with the T. So I really do love Toru. It's Toru Honda. I also love the kind of harem where the harem lead actually chose what's it called, character that they ended up with. And I do love those kind of harem. Yes, she has a wonderful, great backstory for me. She became a very strong female character. Probably one of the most emotionally strong female character throughout the series. Overcame adversity throughout the series. I love that. I love his character development. For me, I do love Toru Honda. That's hence why he's definitely on my top 3. And mine, for now, my top 3 is going to be Toru Honda. And there you go. Now let's proceed into number 2. Number 2 is going to be, I haven't really finished Monogatari series, but I finished Bakemonogatari, and based on what I've seen, I do love Kuyami Araragi. I don't think, I'm gonna consider part of the perverted tree because he's kind of perverted, but at least he's loyal to his waifu, which is Senju Gahara. Not gonna lie, I can totally see why he's loyal to Senju Gahara. He's kind of quirky. He jokes a lot. But unlike his girlfriend Senjo, he doesn't really break the fourth wall. But at least he's really fun to hang around. Like a little bit edgy, a little bit quirky. Overall, totally likable character for me. So number 2 is gonna be Kuyami Araragi, and number 1 is kind of obvious. I made discussion videos about High School DxD. I made a countless reference. I feel like this entire list is definitely constructed so that I can talk about my favorite harem protagonist of all time. Like, he's just really, really fun to hang around. He's a perv, he's a goofball, like, he's very quirky. He truly loves all of his harem member. That's what one thing I love about Issei is you can see that he cares for all the girls in his harem, and the girls of the harem genuinely cares about him. Like, he's one of the very few harem protagonist that actually deserves a freaking harem. Like, he wants a harem and he deserves one. Like, I'm just happy that he gets to be with this woman. Like, and based from what I've read so far, like I've read the wiki so far, and I've also read the manga. I'm trying to get onto the light novels, but based on what I've read, he does get with a lot of women. Which I really don't mind spoilers when it comes to series. So I do read the wiki sometimes. So based on that, he does get with a lot of women, have children with them. So I'm glad that Issei finally man up and be with all of these women that he cares about. So for now, number one, he's the reason for this list. He's the reason why I created this entire list, just to talk about Issei, my boy Issei, the Harem King. All hail the Harem King. Without further ado, let's wrap out with number one, Issei Hiroga from High School DxD. Favorite, hands down my favorite harem protagonist. So let's wrap it up. I've made it to my top 10, to the end of my top 10 harem protagonists of all time, my favorite harem protagonists. And thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy my content and want more, please like, subscribe, and please leave your own top 10 in the comment section below. And please check out all of my social media in the comment section below and the description below. Please check all those out, and please check my playlist and my videos on the screen right now. If you want more content, please check those out. And without further ado, let's wrap this up with a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and see you in the next video, you guys, which is hopefully gonna be another top 10. Definitely another top 10. So, see you in the next video.